Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I have a different video for you this week and it's a 90 haul video. So this is something that I asked you quite some time ago if you would be interested to see something like that from me, and I got quite a lot of comments that you said that this is a great idea, as most of the times I didn't have the time and then I went into summer break, but now I'm back and I thought it's a good time to do that since I have a long list of products and companies and things that I'm not going to buy, although you can see them everywhere online and the temptation is quite big. Just a few things about this video. I'm sure that you are already familiar with this kind of videos because everyone is making them now. They started by Kimberly Clark, amazing, fun, really cool drag queen who makes YouTube videos about beauty and also about different social subjects. I will have her link down below. She started making this video quite a long time ago and I have been watching her anti-hauls and other videos since she really started making them. I think that I bumped into her after like a video that she made about her Sephora. It was like a rant and it was like my last Sephora haul, and then after that I started watching her anti-haul videos since the very first one, and she puts a lot of interesting things up on YouTube. So anyway, I would suggest that you will check her out. But besides her, a lot of people took this idea, and the whole point of this kind of videos is to discuss, since we anyway here on YouTube make a lot of haul videos and suggest a lot of things in our reviews and favorite videos and things like that. And we somehow enable a lot of people buying beauty stuff. So these kind of videos have the point of talking a bit logically about some products. Again, it's very subjective, it's very personal, but I have a list here of many products that they're quite popular on YouTube and online, and a lot of people are getting them, and I thought about it quite long and I decided that I'm not buying this, and there are a lot. So I'm starting. I will try to insert pictures. I have a mix of different kinds of products. They're all beauty. I have nothing skincare here. Maybe next time, if you like this video, I can make more of this. And next time I can also include other non-makeup related stuff. So I will start my list with Kylie Cosmetics. And I'm not talking about a specific product, but I'm talking about the brand entirely. So let's make it clear, I have not been following the whole Kardashian family since never. And I have never watched the reality. I know it's around since 10 years now. I know that I know them, especially Kim, because everyone knows them and I live on this planet and I spend much more time than I should online. However, I cannot explain and make logic with the whole excitement and craziness around this brand. I just can't. She's a young girl who I didn't really know anything about Kylie before the brand. I mean, I knew that this whole family exists and I knew Kim, but there the whole thing stopped for me. So she has cool makeup, she is quite pretty, she has really nice lips, and I understand the fact that she uses this fame to build a makeup brand. That's fine for me. A lot of people do it, and I am buying a lot of things from indie brands, like Jeffree Star also came out of nowhere. However, the craziness The thing that she puts things online and you need to stock the release, and in seconds everything goes out of stock and disappear. The thing that she releases like 100 different nude shades in the name of her sister or whatever. The thing that she releases other beauty products and she is known for kind of poor customer service, and a lot of people even receive their products empty with just the box. This whole craziness, I know that a lot of people like the lipsticks. I think that if it was easier to get them, so for example if they were in stores here, I might have been tempted to go in a store and grab a shade that I like and try it out. However, I don't want to support this whole thing. It's crazy, and for me, I prefer to stay out of this. So next, and in a similar way, I'm not planning to buy the Kim K contour sticks. So the most famous sister, Kim Kardashian, obviously realized that she cannot stay behind her little sis on the makeup game, and since she's so famous about her amazing contour, she released this line of contour sticks. There are a lot, I don't know what else she might release and if I would be interested in getting the things. The thing is that I have seen this, and I actually find the whole product, I think it's a whole pack that it's like double-sided, and then you also get a highlighter and like a brush. It's kind of silly. I am not so much into contour as Kim Kardashian, obviously. I don't like cream contour so much. I have tried it in the past, and I think that if you want to try it, the best way to do it is to get a foundation shade that it's a bit darker than your own, and it's easier also when you use foundation shades to find like a color that would fit better to your skin tone, that would not be too orange or anything. So maybe the shades that she has released are beautiful. I have just seen quick swatches. The thing is that this looks like it has a tiny little bit of product, and it's quite expensive, and it's something that I will not really use. And again, everything that I said about Kylie Cosmetics, I'm not really supporting this thing. I will continue, since I mentioned him already, about a Jeffree Star product. You know that I love his liquid lipsticks, and I obviously buy a lot of them. However, there is a product that I have tried from this line, and I am quite unhappy with it. I know that a lot of people don't like Jeffree. I don't want to go into this. For me, in the end, it's makeup. As I said, also, if it was easier for me to buy Kylie stuff, and if, like, when Jeffree started, you could not hear anything bad about his products. You could hear bad things about him, but not about the products. On Kylie, the thing was a bit the other way around. The thing is about Jeffree's highlighter. I have tried one. I have tried the green one, mint something, and I didn't like the texture. I didn't like how it was blending. I didn't like how it sat on the skin. So I was quite disappointed in this. I have seen that he released some amazing shades that I always think, this is cool, maybe I want to try it. However, I am not tempted anymore because I had a kind of a bad experience with the highlighter that I already own. So I don't think that I will get any Jeffree Star highlighter in the future, because you can see some amazing highlighters from many other brands. I am continuing with another known YouTuber and her collaboration with a company. So the Morphe Jacklyn Hill palette. I have tried palettes from Morphe. I have been using a lot of their larger palettes. I have two. I have some 2 or 3. I have some smaller ones that I actually like more. I have made, I have put together a palette with some single eyeshadows that they belong in the first Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I just see this new Jaclyn Hill palette and it's again a neutral orange tone palette like the one that Jaclyn released the first time with Morphe. A lot of similar colors, of course they're not the same, and then there are some pops of blue and green and whatever that they're somewhere on the side and they just don't make any sense. So I don't want this. I mean, the Morphe eyeshadows are not the best eyeshadows out there, and I don't think that this is the worst palette that it's out there, but it just doesn't seem for me something that I would really want to add in my collection. On the other hand, there is another palette, another company that I really would like to try, and I am thinking it again and again since quite long. And I have decided that I'm not going to buy any of these palettes, any of these eyeshadows, and I'm talking about Natasha Denona. So these are very famous, they're very pigmented, they are considered to be maybe the best eyeshadows out there. However, like her large palettes cost like $250. Are we crazy? I spend a lot of money on makeup, but it's a makeup palette. If you have a large collection, you certainly have dupes of these colors. They look great. She has some amazing color combos, but nothing is so unique. And if you get them for the quality, let's say that you don't have a large collection and you want one large, good quality eyeshadow palette, who will give $250 for an eyeshadow palette if they're not like makeup obsessed and they don't have a lot of eyeshadows? Like, who will be the average person without a huge collection, and in that case having a lot of dupes, who will say, oh, I don't have these colors in my collection, I have a very small collection, but I decide to give $250 because I have heard a lot of good things. This ain't happening. I mean, I cannot, like, as I said, I spend a lot of money on makeup. I cannot justify that. It doesn't make sense for me. So, no Natasha Denona palettes. I'm checking the list so that I will not forget anything. A very quick mention, since we're talking about palettes, about a palette that everyone is talking about online right now, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. I don't want to include this palette in this video. The reason is that I have not tried it. I have seen many videos, positive and negative ones, especially negative ones about this palette, and I'm not convinced. I'm using makeup since many years. I'm not very young. I have the Modern Renaissance palette, which also is very soft and very pigmented and has a lot of kick up. I have never in my life seen people swirling their brushes like that in a palette. I don't understand the point of doing this. Yes, it looks scary and different. The fact that a lot of people did this on camera and they almost have hit pan, and I don't think this is completely normal. However, who does that? Like, I have the Modern Renaissance palette and you just need to tap your brush on a shade and you have enough color to apply it. And you even need, I tap afterwards my brush before I put it in on the eye. So I think it's very subjective. I don't believe these people lie. I believe that we can be very easily influenced by the opinions of other people, and I think when this whole negativity trend started around this palette. A lot of people that were not completely sure about it decided that they most probably don't like it. So everyone came out in a very aggressive way, which I find quite unfair, especially for a company that has produced a lot of good stuff. I'm very happy with the Anastasia Beverly Hills shadows that I own. I own a lot of these shadows also as singles. You can see that the consistency of the single eyeshadows are quite different, so that you can put them in like a Z palette or whatever. They have much less kick up. So when I compare some of my modern Renaissance shadows with the exact same shadow as a single, I can see that the ingredients list is a bit different and it behaves a bit different. But every single eyeshadow palette I have from Anastasia has quite a decent result for me, and I am quite pleased. And I am not in love with the color combo of the Subculture palette, maybe because it's very wintry and it's August, and I will need to reconsider it sometime in October. I don't like the two yellow colors that they're in. However, it's not officially in this anti-haul, and I mention it because I know that you will ask me. But although I'm talking about eyeshadow palettes, I will make a parenthesis here since I mentioned Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I will mention the Aurora highlighting palette. So this is like the Moonchild one. The Moonchild, you know, I love. It's in my heart. It's my favorite highlighting palette. I love the consistency, I love the colors, I wear it all the time. If you see the Aurora shades, it's just like they said, since people like the Moonchild one so much and it goes out of stock all the time, we will just get 6 weird colors. We will just make them a bit different to justify that we're making a different palette and release it. And this is not like the shades in the Aurora palette. Like, for which skin tone are these? Like, for whom will these work as a highlighter? And the person that thinks that the purple highlighter is perfect says that. So obviously there's something weird about this, so I'm not gonna buy it. I will continue though with eyeshadows, and I will talk about another favorite brand. I will talk about Kat Von D. I love her stuff. My previous video was about Kat Von D, and most of the things had excellent reviews from me. However, I mentioned the Glimmer Shade and Light palette that she has. So this is like her Shade and Light eyeshadow palette that has matte neutral shadows for the eyes, and a lot of people love it and say that the quality, consistency, pigmentation of these eyeshadows is just splendid. So I don't like the idea of having such a large palette just with neutrals. But I believe that this must be a good palette because I like the quality of Kat Von D eyeshadows. So I also believe that the Glimmer palette will be nice. So she released this, these are glittery and metallic and shimmery shades. Similar shades with the Shade and Light. I don't need a large palette with shimmery neutrals. You don't need a large palette with shimmery neutrals. No one needs it. The whole point of having neutrals is to really have also matte shades to use in the crease and build a look. Like if a person uses a lot of pops of color, they might want some more shimmery eyeshadows. If you want a really neutral, toned down makeup look, will you make a look based on just shimmery neutral eyeshadow. Like, I don't understand the logic behind this palette. Maybe there are also a couple of mattes in there. I don't think so. But even then, I don't see the point. And I also don't find it like a new novel idea for the beauty market. And since we're talking about eyeshadow palettes, I will talk about a brand that has been disappointing me since quite some time. So I'm talking about Too Faced, and I will not start throwing mud on Too Faced. I love a lot of Too Faced products. I know that a lot of people are hating Too Faced currently. However, there are still a lot of good products that the company makes, but also there are a lot, like most of the things that I'm not planning to buy are from Too Faced in this list. First of all, this white chocolate palette, white chocolate chip or whatever. So this small palette that smells like, I have none of the chocolate palettes. I was not so attracted to the color combinations, but I know that they are really good palettes and a lot of people love them. However, if you look, this white chocolate chip, it's small and the colors are so washed. So these light pinks and light grays, for whom are these colors? What kind of look can a person make unless, like, it doesn't give you any variety of looks. I see it and I'm like, why would someone want to buy this palette? Usually when you want to have like a small palette like that, you want it for traveling and you want to have some options for maybe not a billion, but like 1, 2, 3 looks. And I don't see the looks when I see this palette. Another kind of palette is the Too Faced Glitter Bomb palette. So these are supposedly pressed glitters. I'm obsessed with glitter and shimmer and pigments, and I have a huge collection. Glitter is something that it's difficult to work with. You need your liquid, you need a special brush, you need a bit more effort. And putting it on a palette, on this crazy color combination, doesn't make it necessarily easier to work with. If someone works with glitter, it's better to choose a couple of colors that you think that fit better to your makeup style and work with them than to buy a pre-made palette. Like, the whole point of the palette is it's easy, you put it on your makeup bag, you put it on your luggage and take it with you on vacation. But this is not a palette for something like that. So I was just not attracted to that. I could not find, like, yes, it's cool, it's like the Urban Decay Electric, cool colors and everything. It's like, I don't know, there are some weird palettes like that they're not standalone, and I have said in the past that for me it's not the most important factor to be standalone, but a glitter shadows palette? Why? Why don't you want your glitters nicely in their little pots? Like, make a set, Too Faced, if you want to bring glitter to the world. Why do you need to put it on a palette? I don't understand, and I don't know what kind of ingredients and what kind of chemicals they have put to make the glitter into a shadow form and still behave as a glitter. Like, there are a lot of factors that they're unexpected for me. I don't want to try this out. And the last thing for Too Faced. So this whole peach madness, can we stop this, Too Faced? I find the peach palette quite cute. I have not bought it, but I have been tempted a lot and I might even buy it at some point. Then the peach lip glosses came and the peach blushes, and I said, okay, there is a peach collection. And now you have like peach primers and foundation and like peach everything. I don't necessarily want my makeup smell like fruit. I don't necessarily, like, if the branding of a whole line is that it smells like pits, it's not enough for me to buy it. It's not necessarily a negative thing. If someone tells me this is the best primer out there but it smells like pits, I would not say, oh my god, I hate pits, I'm not getting it. But if someone tells me, oh, buy this primer, it smells like pits, so what? I don't understand. So that's about Too Faced, and I have few more things. My last eyeshadow palette is maybe the only thing with a question mark in this list. I have decided that most probably I will not get it, but since it's something that I can find in stores, maybe if I swatch it, I will change my mind. So I'm talking about the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. I have all these naked palettes from Urban Decay. I have the Naked 123, I have the Naked Smoky. I love them. I love the 3, I love the Smoke, I love them all. However, the Naked Heat reminds me, like, Urban Decay came so late to this game of these orange tone eyeshadows. Like Anastasia Beverly Hills and Huda Beauty and Lime Crime much earlier. So many brands came out with this orange tone, warm tones, eyeshadows. They are in trend since so many years, and now suddenly Urban Decay says, okay, I have the Naked Heat. Yes, I have these eyeshadows in my collection. I have them already. I'm sure that if I go through all the swatches, there will be 1 or 2 eyeshadows. I will have them already, so there is no need for me to get this one. I have 3 more products, and 2 of them are highlighters. First of all, the Smashbox Spotlight Highlighter. So this is a collaboration with a YouTuber. I don't remember the name because she's very famous, but she's not one of the YouTubers I follow. They are like this trio of highlighters. I have seen them in store early summer. I have swatched them. These are all very, very dark. They cannot work on my skin tone. They could only work if you are medium, and I don't even know for very dark people. So she has 2 different shade palettes, I believe, but they're both very, very dark. Every single color is very, very dark for fair skin in there. And I'm fair, but like in the world there are many people that they're more fair than me, so this will not work. Another palette that I cannot see it working for someone, it's by Huda Beauty. So I have not tried any of these highlighting palettes by Huda Beauty, but specifically this Summer Solstice one, which is limited edition. What? There is like a dark purple color in there. Like it's dark. And a dark yellow or something. Like I see this and I'm like, oh, this is a blush. No, is this a highlighting palette? No. For whom? So that's also enough for me. And the last thing, it's a tool, and a lot of people are talking about it. Maybe the trend has already disappeared, but I thought that I could mention it. I don't plan to use any of these Silisponges. So I don't want to have like a plastic sponge and tap my face with it to apply my foundation. I have a lot of brushes, I have a lot of sponges, they work fine. I don't need to try and find the silliest ways possible just to do something new and different for applying my makeup. I think we're good with this. So that was my list, quite a lot of things, but still I can think a lot more that I'm not going to buy. That was my first anti-haul. Leave me your comments down below with your opinions about what you think, what you like, what you don't like, if you have tried this product, if you think that I'm crazy and I really need to have them because you have them and you love them, or just let me know what is your top product that you're not planning to buy, although everyone is talking about it lately. If you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel for more videos to come, and we will talk next week with a new video. Until then, many kisses, bye bye!